Brothers and sisters, what's happening? Soldiers and soldierettes, salute and thank those, like I always say, that have been riding along with the brother, because I'm very, very appreciative. And I just want to show my face, because I do a lot of podcasts and audio and stuff like that. So I just wanted to show my face and let those who've been commenting and viewing and engaging in what I say. And I just wanted to show my face and so you can see who I am and see a little body language. Like I said, salute. And if you alive and breathing, guess what? We are back to conquer another day and another day and another day. Cause and if you got your eyes open and you're wise and you're learning and you got that pineal gland open, you will know the shift, as I talked about yesterday. You will feel it. You will not, and then you will begin to see it. Because once we get that wisdom and that knowledge and into our psyche and into our system, it starts to come out and it pours out onto the world within our circle, our families, our children. But it always starts with ourselves. But and like I said, I thank those that have been listening to my editions of EBX discussions, and I'll never be afraid of any comments that might come down the road that might be a little bit of a challenge, but sometimes coming through that hurdle or that challenge or a deep discussion just builds us and makes us better, and just keeps us aware and keeps us off that on the right horse, so to speak, and not on a high horse, so to speak. So let's get to those honors, shall we? And I honor thy ancestors, those who came before us, the righteous soldiers and soldierettes. Salute that went through tooth and nail to get a lot of us in the state that we are in. I would never take that for granted. Our elders, or anyone, not just elders, but especially elders, but anyone that was before us, and some gave their lives, some, did everything they could with the least amount of tools, and some individuals, and I salute them. And in our families that are current, alive today, especially those that are righteous and reaching and teaching and lifting them souls and them spirits, some righteous spirits out there, because there's a lot of people that do want healing and do want help. So I give honor to our families. May all of our families prosper and everything we touch turn to gold. And anyone in our families that we held dear that may have transitioned, that left an impact in our lives in this world, whether young or old, if they transition, may they rest in peace and in power. So I just wanted to talk about that, because always, and I hope you enjoyed the little intro. And like I say, there's a lot of things I got to learn about, computers and stuff, but we enjoy the journey. We don't focus on the destination, because we all, sometimes I'm going to look to the side, but we all, set a goal and a path and a destination, but we got to learn to enjoy the journey, because that's the fun part, the process, especially when you're in the right space in your mind, body, and soul. It's most important. I know we hear that a lot, but when you're living it, you will see, because positivity equals better health at the end of the day. I don't care who we are, and not binding ourselves to things that are not good for us psychologically, physically, and of course the spiritual, because it will come back around. I know you hear law of attraction. We the ones that have that light, we don't throw that phrase around or the term of law of attraction. When we've lived it and we see life for what it is, those that have that light, we can almost see the future, almost, because when you're divinely connected, when I say divinely, that's from that pit of that soul through the psyche. That's the only way you're going to purify and find oneself, is through that psyche. And what is the psyche? That the depths of our spirit, the depths of our soul is whatever we got buried deep. I'm talking about things that no one else can see. That's what will be revealed. The true us underneath all the layers and everything that we present to the world. Once we get underneath all that and not afraid of what people say and just being ourselves. And we talking about a righteous way now. The toxic things, that great divine will deal with you. The great divine deals with us with everything. I don't care who we think we are. We can hide behind many masks, as I heard a brother say. But that great divine will always draw out what's really within us, and that's good or bad, because karma's nothing to play with. So, and I wanted to speak on fame and fortune versus integrity. That's what I wanted to speak on. And before I keep going, I wanted to talk a little bit about the intro. I meant to talk about it more. Like I said, I don't know much about computers, and I'm trying to do some different things. And when you become passionate about stuff and you do a lot of meditation and you think a lot and you reflect a lot, not like on the past, but just reflecting, sometimes just reflecting on the things we are thankful for, like our family, our children, and the righteous acts we've made here and there. So that's the kind of things that keep us with that little joy within, and then we share it to others. Because again, you hear me say, and you hear a lot of great teachers, reachers and teachers say, salute what we harbor inside, what we think about the most, that will come out eventually. So can't get away from that. Can't get away from that true self, that inner true self. So, but let me go back to the intro. Like I said, I'm trying to do new things, and the intro was I always say this, always keep a family spirit, because it keeps us from being selfish, and it helps us to understand others that we interact with, whether it's brother and sister in the world or online or our family, our children. Just got to keep that family spirit, because it keeps us understanding others. Because I say a million times, I hate to say it again, but I'm going to say it. All of us melanated brothers and sisters have been through some kind of conditioning. So I'm going to stop right there, because I say that a lot. But it's so true. But like I said, the intro is always keep a family spirit, and may that great divine protect the righteous and those in the beginning steps and those that have been on this walk for a while. And that's young or old, children, and our families. I love doing this because, man, we need that divine protection for so many of us. And some of us need protection from entities, but that's why I say for ourselves, from ourselves, because some need protection from themselves. Because we know the real enemy, but sometimes the worst enemy can be ourselves. And I'm not going to get in too deep into that. A lot of us know this. A lot of teachers teach about stuff like that. Being our own worst enemy is the worst thing one can do. That's why I say filter all that crap that's in, all that gunk that's within us. Cleanse that as much as we can. Much as we can. Clean that crap out, man, so we can see, the real us and the real loved ones, the real things in our loved ones we connected to, and to keep us from being blindsided by things. So, but I just want to talk about that intro, and like I said, trying to do new things. It's a lot of things I've learned about computers and stuff, but like I said, on a few podcasts ago, my son, my 27-year-old son, Lord Lamont, salute. And we'll be back doing stuff. I actually got a surprise for him next weekend. I got a birthday coming up, and it's next weekend. And I got something special for my son. I haven't told him that yet. And I like doing things for people without telling them, and just like surprising them. That's my own little joy for myself. But anyway, I brought up my son because he's very intelligent, know more about computers than me. So whatever I have, whatever legacy I leave, I'm going to pass it on to my children. That goes for my daughters and my sons, because I got 2 daughters, 3 sons. And I haven't forgot about my children. I don't care what people think, say, do. I love my children, always in my spirit, as well as my family, brothers and sisters I've connected with along the way. It's just, man, when you're positive, it just, man, you can breathe. When you just be thankful and, and work that position, whatever position that great divine give us. Work it. Work it till the wheels fall off. I don't care what area we are in. If we got a good heart and that divine is touching us and waking us up in the morning with good energy, man, hold on to that, because not everyone has that. But yeah, my son, he has it, so that's why I brought him up. So salute to my son, all my children, and I'm so thankful that my son and I, Lord Lamont, he'll be on here more. You'll see his music, and we'll do more father and son discussions. And I have my other family on here. Just haven't got around to doing. I have other family too. You don't see them on the video a lot, but I have other family that you will see in the future. I promise. And but like I said, a lot of things about computers I don't know, but it's some things I do know. So that I was bringing that up about the computer thing, because that's why I had that in the intro. Just wanted to do something a little different, because I don't just do it for me. I do it for you. Anybody who takes the time to listen, because there are many great brothers and sisters out here. That's why I would say keep that family spirit. The good things in our lives, the qualities we invest in, it will come back around. And that goes back to that law of attraction again. Always comes around, whether it's negative or positive. Cause and effect. Can't get away from it. But thank you for those who've been joining in. So that's why I did the intro, trying to do something different. And it's good. Like I said, enjoy the journey. Don't focus so much on the destination, because it really is no destination. You learn one thing after another. The levels never stop until we know when. Most of us are aware, know what I'm talking about. It's the only time we stop is when we transition into that great divine's land. So, but I wanted to speak on fame and fortune versus integrity, or should I say integrity versus fame and fortune. That's actually what I should have said the first time. Integrity versus fame and fortune. And why I came up with this title. Now, when you become self-aware, and I don't want to come off like I'm this super righteous brother and I do everything right, because I still make mistakes here and there, but when you become aware, you make less mistakes. You start to see more clear. You start to be more logical about things. You see the reasoning in things, and not really judging, more or less. That's what I see out here, and in our families too, as we get up in levels and wise. And again, you can be young and be wise. You don't have to be older. It just depends where we are, what level we are in our lives, how aware we are. So I'm saying that to say, as we all see things in the media. Everybody does. So, but I like to talk in code. So those who are aware and got that light, you know what, when I'm talking in code, what I'm talking about. Now, things that's in the media, things that this is why I'm going to get to. This connects to my title. Integrity versus fame and fortune. Now, it saddens me the things I see some of my brothers and sisters doing that we see in the media. Things that are really unnecessary. Things that it's money doesn't make you intelligent. Fame and fortune doesn't make you smart. It actually brings out the worst in some individuals. That's why I said integrity versus fame and fortune. Because I'm sure a lot of us, I don't want to speak here everybody, but it's kind of for me, but I'm sure a lot of us can probably relate to this, that we all had that famous bug where we kind of wanted to be not famous per se, but get known by people, and because it is nice to be known by people and noticed. But when you are not ready for it and you get thrown into fame and fortune, and you don't have your mind right, and you haven't studied certain areas of maybe the industry, or or TV, or you're going into music, whatever field that's tied in to the industry, where you really have to use your mind, body, and soul, and appreciate what we have come upon, and don't let ourselves do anything to get that fame and fortune, because it will backfire. No one can escape karma. Not me, not you, any of us. And sometimes we can get so mixed and mangled up into fame and fortune and glitz and glamour, we can't see the toxic things that it's binding us to. That is, we might think it's normal. Sometimes we gotta, like I said, I'm not an expert now. I'm just assessing, because I've been through my little mental stages and things I wasn't aware of. So, and a lot of us reachers and teachers, salute again, the most powerful brothers and sisters out here, and that's in our families too, young or old, have been through the most. We have been there at the bottom of that barrel, so to speak, some of us. So don't think we're just talking about something we don't know. A lot of us have experience. That's how a powerful reacher and teacher is developed, from jumping the hurdles and making the right choices and coming through those scary storms, so to speak, to make it to the place we are in right now. As I said on a recent podcast, that's why that when you look down through our lives, those who stand for righteousness and are soldiers and soldierettes, salute. With that great divine, we think back and we think of those powerful moments that were unexplainable, that pulled us through those times we didn't think we was going to make it through, or seemed kind of scary. And that's what make us able to see the things we see now. Now let's get back to fame and fortune. Now a lot of some individuals that shouldn't. I mean, we should know things by now. We in a age of information. We should know things, even because even those that maybe don't study a lot or not into spirituality. I mean, it's obvious. It just all depends on if we willing to take in that truth and accept it, because the truth comes for all of us. I don't care who we are. The truth comes for all of us, whatever truth that is, because every individual is different, melanated brother and sister. And but if you have no integrity and you don't have those righteous glasses on, and you can't see when your humanity is being sucked out of you, and you don't anticipate the future, and you just we pay attention to the present, but we pay attention we pay attention to the present so we can help build our future. And little toxic things and things we indulge in on the way is just one more hindrance. You just okay, you live in a negative toxic life, something that's not good for your psyche, or something that's going to tear you down in the long run. Because that's what I see. Some, not all now, that in fame and fortune, they're tearing their future down and they don't even realize it. And you got others around them that just laughing, and you get connected to these entities. I'm talking in code now, that's high in status and money, that are not melanated brothers and sisters, and will use you up, and then when they're done with you, leave you there hanging to dry when something happened to you. So that's where it comes to having an independent mind. I don't give a damn. I don't care how hard it is, what you got to walk through the fire. You have to be careful in situations you in, especially in this social media age. I've said before, if we're not being as right as we possibly can, not trying to be this perfect individual, brother, sister, in our families, young or old, just being as right as we possibly can and watching our surroundings so we won't get stuck and froze in time, whether it's a photo or something we say. And I'm talking about if we live in we wrapped up in money and fame, and we don't care how we get it, and we think because we with this entity that is not a melanated brother or sister, and we think because we connected to this entity, it makes us look good, and we think we're in with the big dog, so to speak, and all that. I'm talking about those who living in that false sense of reality, because that's the worst thing one can do to oneself, of live in a false sense of reality. And that's what we see. I'm just going off what I observe, what I see, not judging, as I learned from a great teacher, just assessing. We can only go off what we experience, what we live, what we've seen, and what we see. And like I said, it's good to research, it's good to study, it's good to read, but a lot of times the evidence is right before us. All we got to do is just open our eyes. And like I say, I don't make light of those who may be trapped in their mind in fame and fortune and getting caught in photos where it don't make them look right, where it's kind of suspect. If you in the right space, you in the right circle, and you in the right environment, you won't get caught in weird photos and getting mixed with people that really don't, entities that are not melanated brothers and sisters. You won't get caught up in their web of deception, because when you're on the outside of the so-called matrix, you see it all, but you got to be on the outside of it. If you're ignorant to the circle that you don't see, that you're binding yourself to, or entity, or that's not melanated brother or sister, and you can't see it, then, and it, and you get little red flags here and there. And I'm talking about brothers and sisters that's in that industry and wrapped up in this money, and the ones that they are aware, or either aware or don't care. But either way, that karma is gonna come down. So I'm telling you, if you're not paying attention to those red flags, when you do get up in that fame, and you just brush it off, and it'd be all right, I got money. Okay, the time will come. Karma comes for all of us, and the truth comes for all of us. That's why we must at all times have integrity over money or fame versus fortune or fame. Those things, let those things come naturally, and let it come from an independence of our are working for it, not something we get help along the way, but let's get help from the real like my from the brothers and sisters that have our best interests, you know. So that's why I'm thankful for my family, brothers and sisters I've learned from, and just willing to learn and keep my heart open for those that kept their heart open for me. And just knowing my position, as well as a lot of soldiers and soldierettes out there. Salute righteous soldiers and soldierettes. Sometimes we just gotta know that position that great divine gives us, and not, you know, as I said on a few podcasts ago, when we have that independent minds of toxic influences that try to bind us to their devilish perceptions. You know, we gotta watch that crap, because as I've learned from another great brother and many teachers, sisters too, that we got to make sure we got a righteous spirit, because evil entities can have spirit also. So let's connect to that divine righteous spirit and invest and eat, sleep, and breathe integrity, you know. And that's the most beautiful thing over fame and fortune. Like I say, just look abroad. The evidence is right before us. So always keep that integrity through everything. I don't care how hard it is, brothers and sisters, young or old, and in our families. You know, integrity versus fame and fortune. Integrity will win every time. I guarantee it. Because I've, you know, and many others like me, never been in fame, never been in around no table, no meeting, never been in no professional studio, you know. And sometimes that like I say, that great divine sees overall. So it's good to have things, not against it, because we got some powerful brothers and sisters that are up in status but are underground, are not, don't care about that fame crap. And some have a lot and some don't, but just as powerful. Remember, nobody's better, just different. When we can keep that in our mind, things like that, that's part of having a family spirit. Just know that we all can possess that righteous power, and we don't have to bind ourselves to entities that don't have our best interests. So it saddens me when I see brothers and sisters let their just throw their righteous caution to the wind and just squander their soul. How could you squander your soul? I mean, you only got one soul. I mean, once you like ultimately like give your soul away, and I mean like really give your really give your soul away, and you just don't care about it, and you have lost. You have lost, because if you don't got righteous within, integrity deep within, how can you win? Like, and that's what I don't want to take that away from Lauryn Hill. Salute Lauryn Hill. How can you win? How could you possibly win if you're not right within? So keep that integrity, and that's Lauryn Hill. I won't be taking her saying, but it's a beautiful saying. I love Lauryn Hill, and any black female artist like her, or any black female like her, not just an artist. And, you know, I'm thankful for my brothers, my family. Thank you. Keep that integrity, y'all. Damn for fame and fortune. Great divine will give us a higher supreme being. The ultimate God will give us that fame and fortune in a righteous way, in a natural way. So that's my thought. And thank those that have been riding with a brother. I just wanted to show my face. Thank you. And I'll be coming with more encouragement. I'm not going to stop. I'm always be positive, because what I say, positivity equals better health. So salute to those that's been listening. And this is another edition of EBX Discussion. And Great Divine has a plan for us. Reachers and teachers, the real like-minded reachers and teachers. Keep doing what you're doing. The real ones, you know who you are. Salute. And I honor your family. I honor my family. Brothers and sisters. Oh yeah, I honor my children. Can't forget them. I honor their mothers. Brothers and sisters all over the world. May you please keep that ultimate peace in your part of the world, wherever you are right now. Salute. Stay up out there. Stay strong. No such thing as weak. Salute.